Have you ever seen images in a magazine or on a billboard or maybe somewhere online that made you feel so inspired? And you may have thought to yourself, I wish I could bring images like that into my portfolio. Well, guess what? Me too. And you know what I've learned after 15 years in this career is that images like that don't just happen. You got to get out there and you've got to make it happen. And that's exactly what we did last year for a gorgeous, epic bridal fashion editorial. And we're taking you with us for the real and raw behind the scenes. And we're going to show you how we made that dream come to life. Now, since we're shooting on Pfeiffer Beach, which by the way has been on my bucket list for years, this is a really special one to bring to you. By the end of this, you are going to have a few more tools in your toolbox to handle all different lighting scenarios on the beach. I'm talking about really harsh light where we are front lit, doing some crazy things, pushing the boundaries. We're backlit. We're talking sunset light, even the light that is right after it dips behind the horizon and there's almost no light left. We are pushing the envelope here, okay? So you are going to learn so much by tuning in today. The techniques I use throughout this video have really empowered me to create the elevated portfolio that I have today. And by doing so, have helped me build a thriving business. And the crazy thing is that I've helped hundreds of other photographers also build thriving businesses. And there was a time that I just wished that I had a helping hand. And today I'm going to be that for you. So if you're serious about building a thriving business yourself, I want to invite you to join me in my free training. It's in the link in the description. I give you the roadmap ahead and you are going to get the answers you've been seeking. So be sure to click that link, get in on that training. But without further ado, we're going to dive on in. And if you're excited, be sure to like and subscribe. Let's see what we've got in store here at Pfeiffer Beach. All right, we're here at Pfeiffer Beach getting ready to photograph our first look of 4. And we're gonna start here at this beautiful stone wall. And the main reason that we are here is because the light is so harsh right now. If we were to backlit our model with the ocean, there's certain parts of the water that would turn out completely white and all the data would be lost and likely overexposed to expose for her and the water. The beautiful thing with this stone here is that some of the sand has the light on it. And that light will act as a natural reflector onto her skin. So you will see whenever she stands in front of this stone wall, I'll place her mostly in the shade, but the lighter part of the sand will reflect and she will glow with that background being a little darker behind her. So I'm so excited to get her in this spot and for us to make some magic. When you're shooting bridal fashion, this is with a bride or with a model. If you're going for an epic photo and you have the time, I do think fixing the train goes a long way. If it's a real wedding and it's a real moment happening, of course you want to stand back and let it unfold. But hey, when you're getting that epic portrait, take the time, fix the train. It is worth it. Touch your body, yeah. And with your fingers, kind of keep them close together. Yeah, there you go, that's perfect. Just kind of like soft. It's like this. You got it, yep, that looks awesome. Love it. Beautiful. Now, when we're thinking about body language in an image, that really is ultimately what makes it so powerful. Even for our clients, they're gonna love the photographs based on how they feel about themselves. So even the smallest movement of the fingers, the elbow, you wanna pay really close attention to those looking really natural because that is what is going to make your clients, potential clients, and the entire industry love your work. In fact, you're gonna love it more too. So pay attention to body language. It goes a long way. Oh. So what I'm doing right there, holding my hand over the lens, is I have light coming into my lens at that time. Now, I am not a fan of the lens hoods that come with the lenses. that block light from coming in. I've had that question, Marissa, why don't you just use that lens hood, you know? But in fact, I love the flexibility of being able to have the light in the lens, but also not in the lens. So over the years, I have found that I prefer to just use my hand. And so I will hold my hand and kind of block the light and you know, get it out of my lens. And so that's something that I will use time and again. And also it gives me the option to have that really nice, beautiful lens flare with the light coming in the lens and then also not. And I don't have to take anything off my lens. So that is something that I use all the time.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna grab a couple thumb shots. We'll just leave the rest for okay. I'm gonna put the I'm gonna double check the settings.
So here I am shooting on the Contact 645 and I am metering for the light. I am holding the bulb away from my subject, so I'm facing it towards me, and I do have the bulb out. Now you will have this controversy, people talk about bulb in, bulb out. I'm a fan of the bulb out. However, I will tell you that the reading is not so significant. I've been shooting film for over a decade, and I can tell you if you are a step up or a stop up or a stop down, you are going to be in good hands. Film is so incredible, you know, really nailing your settings with a good meter, bulb in, bulb out, you're still going to have an amazing photo at the end of it.
Docs could get wet, right? Doc Martens? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. yeah, that's perfect. Like that.
And then of course I switch over to my digital. I am shooting a lot of digital on this shoot. And in fact, I match my film to digital here in a video somewhere over here. So you're gonna wanna check that one out because it's a fun one.
Like on the other, or maybe let's try, oh yeah. This was kind of like out of focus within the shot. Yeah, that's perfect. Just like that. Oh my goodness.
Coming back to that element of body language, you know, when you're working with your subjects, it's totally perfectly fine to feel uncomfortable and to feel like, this isn't quite working. I don't know if this is it. In that, allow yourself the flexibility to try different things. You can see with our model here, I am moving her around quite a bit to find just the right pose. And I think that there's this element of collaboration, allowing the subject to be a part of the creative process. It can be really a beautiful experience for both yourself and the subject. Now here you can see the extent of that gorgeous stone rock coming out of the beach coast right there. Isn't that just gorgeous? And that really is what allowed us to have such beautiful light in that location. So anytime you are able to get that backlit element with a wall, it could be a building, it could be a stone like this. This is the dreamy part because it's natural. So it's just like, such rich texture and the dimension in the stone from the light hitting the edges and the shadows rolling off and hitting the edges of her shoulders. Really, that is such a dynamic lighting scenario, and you're gonna get beautiful photos every time you find that.
You can let it, like, kind of wave it in front of your face.
So if I'm being honest, at this point, I had no clue what I was gonna get. I just wanted something really fun with the lace. And what we got was so just perfect.
Hey, I think I remember you doing good. yeah. Let's do that one more. That's good. Okay. I love it. DIY needle. Yeah, exactly. There, like finding the spot. 1, 2. Just like that. That's beautiful. 1, 2. Look straight off the face. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'll count 3, 2. So you can, like, with your eyes. Yes. Yeah. 1. Perfect. Okay. And then let me see if you like kind of pan it up in the air. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get kind of down. Yeah. And like get that like. It might look good. I don't know. I know. So many. I mean. I know. It's hard to see out here too.
Damn. Oh my God, you're really good. Holy.
So that is definitely something that I will do with my clients is I love to show them the back of the camera. I love to see them light up, for them to get excited. You know, once they see how good they're looking, they're gonna start to feel really comfortable. A lot of times they open up. A lot of times just that collaborative element of working together becomes so much more seamless. It's like butter. They're like, oh, you make me look like that? I'll do anything. So I love that. I love that, like, that element of trust, that confidence, and that partnership that you can have when you allow your, whether it's a model or a client, be on board with the creative process. You know, even as we're talking, you saw us walking from the spot with the stone in the background to this new location, and we're just talking about ideas and what we're gonna get. And there's this energy between us, and I think that is so important when creating epic imagery.
Let me see, kind of turn towards me. Yeah, I can.
You're like,
I'm giving up.
Oh.
That's okay. Beautiful.
So the final result of this image was so gorgeous. It's probably one of my favorite up close portraits from this session. Although that's hard to say because the lighting as the sunset changed so much and we have some really epic images up ahead. But that one was just so gorgeous. And if you want to see me edit it from start to finish, be sure to click on that video because, hey, I got it for you.
Yeah. Oh.
I love your hands kind of like bent softly. Yeah, that's great. Turn slightly away. That's beautiful.
So for this moment, we're dealing with some really, really harsh light. Usually, you know, in order to expose accurately for your subject and the ocean, that's going to be a challenge. And most of the time, if you're exposing for the subject, the water where the sun is touching the water is going to be blown out. It's going to be so white that you lose all the data. You can't see the waves or details. You know, and that's not really that's not ideal. That's not what you want. I had someone ask me the other day, you know, why don't you just use a strobe? And I think that there's something really special about having an appreciation for light. I think over the past 15 years of my career, I've developed a creative process that involves purely the light that's available. And I think that is a part of what has made me the artist that I am today, is through using film photography. You know, you're really forced to appreciate light, even to respect it. You know, every time you see it, it's going to present itself differently. And I think it's this awe and wonder for light that empowers you to be the best photographer you can be in any lighting scenario. And that's what you've got to be as a wedding photographer. You've got to master it all. So we are taking on some really harsh light here. We are having her backlit and we're going to create some magic. I do have a video that I made just for you if you'd like to see me edit that photo right here.
I just want that water to come one more time. Come on, water. That's like really when it's coming up through the water. Still testing, yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. 1, 2, and 3. And for 1.
So our model has these beautiful piercing blue eyes, and I really wanted to play with light in this shoot. That really is kind of what I love to do in general. As you can tell, I love light. But in this scenario, we are using direct light, and I want to encourage you to play with it a little bit here and there. You can really create some dynamic imagery. Now, my portfolio has been known to be a little bit soft, a little more film-like. However, over the years, I've really allowed myself to explore different styles, and I would like to encourage you to do the same. try things, push the envelope, you know? I think that at this point in my career, I have so many different dynamics of images where they are soft or maybe it's a little edgy, but there's a common thread where it still has the same artistic touch. And that's the goal that you want with your portfolio as well, is that regardless of the style, it's not necessarily that you're light and airy or dark and moody. It's in fact that you're such a master that you can do all of it. And all of it still looks like your imagery. That's the goal, all right? And that's the purpose of pushing yourself and trying things and getting uncomfortable. And it feels most comfortable to get uncomfortable when it's not your client, right? You don't have to, like this shoot is just for us. Like this is for fun. And I can make mistakes. And I think that's the beauty of creating opportunities like this for yourself as a photographer.
You can look right at me, but I'm gonna like 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Close my eyes.
Yep, that's perfect. 1, 2, and 3. 1.
So in this scenario, our model is a little more side lit than backlit, but the portions of her body that I need to be backlit are a little more backlit. And the reason for that is the positioning that I have her chest and her head. And so that brings her into the shadow, which gives me a more even light to deal with, but then also there's that beautiful glow on the side of her face as it rolls off. And for me, that is such gold. We get a little bit of the rocks in the background that have the sun on them and some that are in the shade. There's just such variety in the lighting in this photo that makes it so dynamic. So one thing that I like to do when I am shooting, and I encourage you to try it, is I will keep my eye up to the lens and kind of move and look for the shot. If you're feeling uncomfortable or not sure, just move your body. Usually there is an amazing photo just by moving. You just gotta look for it.
Like the rush of the ocean.
Hey man, you're my shot.
Yes, so good.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard it, but there was a guy that said, "Hey man, you're in my shot." My husband might have been in his shot. That is true. And he never gets in anyone's shot. But you guys, he would not move. This is the spot you come to Pfeiffer Beach for, okay? And the outcome was so beautiful. But we had a photographer that would not move. I had to edit him out of the photograph. When you are shooting in really popular locations, you will have crowds of people. It's gonna happen. And you have to be bold enough to get the job done and move around the people and yet have a smile on your face and be polite and kind to everyone. And that's something that you have to build within yourself if you want to shoot at some of these epic locations around the world.
Okay. So like that.
Okay.
Like that, yeah. I bet you're so cold.
In this moment, the entire vision was coming to life. If you can see the speckles showing up in the water as it is receding from the sand, it like in the final image, you can see the sparkles in the water that match the sparkles on her dress with this gorgeous glow from the sun setting behind the rocks. I mean, it was just pure magic.
Amazing. So good. Walk towards me. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm gonna have you stand right.
Huh?
And just like that, we come to a close. I can't believe that that day came and gone so quick. That was an absolute dream. And honestly, I can't wait to go there again. One of the reasons that I do editorials like this is once I bring these locations into my portfolio, I'm then able to attract people who also love those locations. And a lot of times, if you're a photographer that wants to attract dream clients in different locations than you currently have been attracting, getting out there, bringing some of those locations into your portfolio is one sure way to begin to make that happen for yourself. And if you do want to build a thriving business, I know that's why you're here, then I want to tell you, click the link in the description. I have a free training just for you that is going to give you the 4 secrets to a profitable photography business. Now, if you found this valuable and you're ready to get out there and handle all sorts of lighting on a beach, go ahead and like and subscribe because I have so much more coming your way. Trust me, you want to be in the know because it is going to help propel you forward and get you closer to your dreams. Because that's what I'm here to do, get you to where you want to go. All right, my friend, I love and adore you, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.